This is a collective reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And we're going to start looking at the problem of the month. That's interesting. All right. So the base card is the Two of Cups in reverse. So it does feel like this is about relationships, and also it's the way that you like bond with something that you enjoy, whether that is a situation, a project, a thing that you're doing, or another person. With it being in reverse, though, it feels like it's kind of one-sided. Like, one-sided relationships are gonna kind of like show up, if that makes sense. For example, you not giving something to a project but then expecting something to return out of it. You giving into a relationship and giving a lot to it and not returning and not having a return. Maybe you're the one that realizes that someone's been giving a lot to you, but you've not been giving anything back to them. And it feels like this is the basis of the... I don't want to call it like the first set of problems, but it does feel like there is this balancing emotionally with giving and taking, and reassessing like what we enjoy and like where we're putting our energy. We got the King of Wands underneath that, which is, I feel like it's like taking charge of, confidently taking charge, confidently leading and being the leader of your own life. And it does feel like lighting the way for, it's like leading the charge, lighting the way. And I'll go more into the problems, but I'm getting imagery of like a person just kind of like sat overthinking which way they're gonna go with things, and it's like, you know what, I just need to like move now. I need to take a step. Like, I do need to do something. Now the problems, firstly is the King of Cups, and then next to it is the reversed Emperor, and then the World fell out and kind of like crossed over the two, which it makes me feel like this is like emotions that have been building up. This is emotions that have kind of, and feelings that have been brewing, and the Emperor reversed kind of feels like you have no control. So this, it does make me feel like, you know, this is a month where people are gonna like snap, lash out, but also again might like do something different, and it will like cause you to move. There's this saying that comes to mind as well. It's like creative energy. The way that creative energy moves, it can't be tamed. Like, if you look at a painting, it inspires you, like it might inspire other people to create. From just by looking at someone else's creation, it inspires you to create. When I watch streamers, it makes me want to stream. And that's what I mean with how like creative energy flows. And for example, like you might see someone do something and like, I don't know, maybe there was a time where it's like more of a collaboration. But because you guys haven't seen eye to eye, like even when you create out of spite, it's still creating. And like creative energy, like if it's not moving through you in a positive way, like it can move through you. It'll just find a way to move things and move through you. So it almost feels like too, like it feels like there's, I don't know, there's like been an avoiding of taking charge, and an avoidance of like allowing creativity to flow properly, because the Emperor reverse, it makes me think of like blocked creative energy. Yeah, it makes me think of blocked creative energy, or like dampened creative energy, but there's still like a dull anger. And rather than letting that anger be like, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna fucking prove you wrong, and I'm gonna turn that into like creative fire, it turns into like depression and stagnation. And with the World, it's like with it coming out like this, it's like you can either like end something and end like a cycle now, or like you need to find closure. Like right now it's like it's either you don't end and you're not finished with it, or you're finished with it. You need to decide which one of those two things it is, because when it's like this, it's like this endless feeling of like you don't know whether like you want to. It's either you commit back to it and say like, okay, actually no, I'm not done with this, I don't want to leave here, but I need a new approach, or you let it be complete. And it's like with the World card, it's like it's the final, you know. It's like after that comes like the new ideas and a new path. But it feels like there's this, I don't know, it just feels kind of like avoiding. It feels like avoiding something. Again, this could be more in, it feels this is more like, this could be in relationships, but this is making me feel more like work. The other cards that came out too, oh wow, King of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Page of Wands. So this is making me think this is career, like in this side too. It's like honing and like channeling your willpower, getting the willpower to push through, and just be brave. Like take that step and do what it is that you want. Like the Page of Wands is just like, fuck it, let's do it. Just fuck it, let's do it. Fuck it, let's do it. And the Chariot might be about a move as well, but it's about how you are steering your own destiny, and through willpower you are taking the reins back of your life, and you decide which direction you're steering yourself, because you are the Chariot. You are the one that is in the driving seat, in the steering wheel, directing at every moment, with every decision and every choice, which direction you go in life. And I think over the winter months, we were kind of resting and like, you know, figuring things out, but we are coming, there's like an energy that's building now where it's like, a lot of us are starting to become very ready to begin a new path and live life differently. And these things, these ideas that have been piling up, again, my mantra of the week has been, don't overthink it and just do it. They're also as well, with this King of Pentacles card, like he's like sat like chilling out, and he has like a wolf next to him, but like he has all of his material needs met. And it feels like there is there's a comfort to this card. But it makes me feel like moving into something like moving away from comfort into something that's more like freeing and creative and exciting. Because this kind of feels like it's got stagnant, like doing the same thing all of the time, like just doing the same thing over and over, and there's not a lot of freshness. So this makes me feel like changing up schedule, changing how you approach things, and just, yeah, just like freshening it up. The other cards that have broken out, well, like, yeah, they kind of like flung out my deck, is Death in Reverse and the Ace of Swords, which makes me feel like we're gonna have a problem with like letting go of old ideas. Like if there's like an old idea that you were like, yeah, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and this is what I want, but it's like not happening, like you need to rethink your ideas. Be willing to let go of your old ideas and get some new material that works with your current life circumstances. Because it feels like it's kind of like it feels like not wanting to let go of an old plan. Not wanting to let, yeah, it's like a holding on. And the more and more that you like hold on to something, like the less you're gonna get new ideas. And it just feels like it's like creating stagnation of like, you're like, oh, like, no, like this is how it's gonna do it. This is how it's gonna work. Or no, this is what I want. And it's like, bitch, that's what you wanted like 6 months ago. Like this, we're here now. Like we're here now. Like what's in front of you and what do you want now? And like start cooking. But if we're going more in the perspective of problems being for Cancer season, we're going to struggle to let go. And the more that we hold on to things that need to be let go of, the more it's going to restrict new ideas. And it also feels like, too, because there's been this, like, clinging on, there's also a lot of, like, sharp, like, people might come off harsh. People might come off rude. There might be very, like, honest to the point conversations. But it is working its way to kind of, like, clear your mind. Like if you're the one that's like not letting go of something and not moving, like you're probably gonna get friends coming in and like telling you some shit that's gonna trigger you in order to like push you to actually do something different instead of like and then the issue with this, I guess, I think we are gonna maybe like it feels like direction. Are we going to choose material comfort or excitement and creativity? So I think a lot of self-reflection around that is going to be required. We're going to go into solutions in a minute. And another thing too is like, yeah, I feel like allowing emotions to build, which then is going to create situations where like people are gonna like have outbursts. Okay, let's see some solutions. I'm gonna pull some surrender cards, and then I'm gonna pull a solution for each kind of like, because it's so weird, like 3 fell out, oh, 2 fell out, 3, and then 3. So I'll pull a surrender card for each one. And this is going to be solutions. For each one, and then we'll go more into cards. Okay. Alright, I'm going to keep all 4 of those in here. Oh, that's so interesting how surrender to what is came out on the cards, where it's like you need to let go of like old ideas, because you need to understand like what is here now, what is here in front of you. Flow with what is instead of fighting against it. When you can't change a situation, compassionately accepting it exactly as it is will bring you peace. But it feels like with surrendering to what is, it's like you need to understand like what is in front of you, like what is actually happening here, what is right now, what is like, okay, I'm in this job and I don't like it, and I'm pissed off because of this and this and this, and I have this amount of free time and I want this and this and this and this. Hey Curio, thank you for the raid. We're doing a collective reading right now. I've turned follower only mode off to welcome you all in. Hi, welcome in everyone. But this is about, yeah, we're doing a reading for Cancer season in July. I don't think my follower only mode thing turned off. What? I'm not sure if it did or not. Thank you! Hey Raiders! Yeah, we're doing a July Cancer reading. July Cancer season reading. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I hope you had a great stream, Curio. We're talking about surrendering to what is. So there's this idea that some of us are holding on to old ideas of what we wanted to create, what we wanted to make, how we wanted life to be, ideas about how relationships are, how friendships should be. And the more that we hold on to these old, I want to call it like old ideas, we're not letting in new growth. And we're not surrendering to the solution to this is to surrender to what is. So respecting the fact that, okay, like you're in this position. What is this position? Get clear on your position, and then like asking yourself, like, what would you like going from here? because this issue reminds me, it gives me this feeling of like really long distance like ideas that just are not manifesting, and you need to change it up or else you're gonna stagnate and just get like more and more and more in a hole. Hey Mike, thank you. I'm gonna see if any other cards want to come out for that as well. Yeah, surrender your fear of change, going into the same pile. Surrender your fear of change. Your ideas changing and letting things go. Yeah, the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat the affirmation: I have faith that all is well. I think the thing is, like, if you keep staying in it, like, I see people get comfortable, and it's almost like sometimes like the universe just keeps turning up the heat of discomfort until you are forced, like you're forcibly evicted. If you want to avoid things being purposely changed, like, and those like crack lightnings of like, fuck, I need to change this now, we need to let go of what we used to think, what we used to believe, and let room in for these new ideas. Like, because it feels like so many people, it's like holding on to just like old dreams. Like, maybe it's like, okay, this was the plan. Hey Tush, hey Cosmic, this was the plan, but you know, that was the plan 6 months ago and it's not worked. Or like, that was the dream a year ago, but like the energy has changed now. Like, you need to catch up. Because it feels like some people are like making excuses. It's like making excuses to hold on and not like move on. And it's like, no, this is your life now. And like, you can only move on from this point now. But people are like living in the past still, and they're not fully accepting where they're at now. The energy here with... We're doing a collective reading right now, by the way, and I'm like recording it, so I'm sorry if I'm not talking with chat right now. But I'm getting in the zone. I hope you enjoy. We're doing a Cancer season July reading. But yeah, here with the King of Cups, the Emperor reverse, and the World, there's this feeling of like deep emotions brewing, but also at the same time kind of avoiding stepping into our like leadership positions. And it's coming into question, this thing of basically like, do I want to continue with this or do I not? Am I done with this or am I not? Am I complete? Is this over? Because I think some people are not over certain things, and it's like lingering, and it's like catching the energy up with things. You need to make some decisions. Now the solution in this approach, if this pile resonated, was surrender and frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a break, center yourself, and regroup so that you can approach the situation more calmly. King of Cups does make me feel like if somebody is kind of lashing out or getting angry, taking a step back, I think there's something about like a full perspective here as well. I think a lot of people are going through a really hard time right now. If anyone does emotionally lash out, give it some space. I do think there might be an instinct to like, okay, like you're gonna pop off at me, well, fuck you then too. Da 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 da. We really do need to retreat with that. There is something coming through with the Emperor reverse. It's like a power. There's like a power thing. When people lash out from a place of like insecurity or like frustrations, it's a way of trying to get power like back. When people get angry, it's like a way to try and control like something, and it's like a very deep need to like and it's frustration because there's a lack of control and like a lack of order. in their life. But it does feel like if you can withdraw, it actually helps them to come to like a full perspective. Now, this other part, I'm glad this is resonating. Thank you for letting me know, Phil. This other one about choosing money or choosing creativity. This one got a little bit more complicated, so I'm going to put these over here and make some space for this, because it feels like I'm missing something with this too, so I want to kind of like tune in a little bit more and see what's happening with that. Because the Chariot is a major arcana, and there is this sense of like using self-discipline and willpower to choose your path. And do you want to choose like what you are comfortable with, or do you want to choose something that's going to make you grow? This is hitting me really hard. Hello, I see myself in this and I don't like it. But yeah, it feels like it feels like rather than choosing what we're comfortable with and what is known and what provides or feels like it provides material security, it's what's gonna be more fun, what's gonna be more me, like what's gonna be more you. And I feel like it's like adding a little bit of randomness to things, a little bit more spontaneity. So one of the cards we have is Surrender to Success. So I do think that someone who's listening to this doesn't think that they can be financially successful by doing whatever the hell they want when they want and adding more creativity to whatever they're doing. Now, this could be, it does feel more career path, but maybe it's in a relationship. Maybe you feel like you're not allowed to have successful friendships or successful relationships if you're a little bit more quirky or a little bit more fun. It makes me kind of feel like there's like a blank canvas and just painting all over it. The King of Coins is the one that like is like, okay, landscapes sell. Everyone likes landscapes. Landscapes look good. Landscapes are the norm. Landscapes what work. And this is just doing whatever the fuck, you know? And it does feel like there is ooh, that's cool. I like that. There's like the blending of these two energies into a direction. I think there's been a big period of time of us like self-discovery, like self-discovery on what we want our path to be, what we want our path to look like, and how we want to show up. How do we want to show up into it? And there's a blend of like stable, quote unquote, normality blended with like letting yourself be a bit more free. But with the Surrender to Success card, it feels like, yeah, some people don't think they can have success. You might be questioning right now or like realizing that you have limiting beliefs about how successful you're allowed to be doing this thing that you like to do or you want to do. You are ready to experience abundance, says the card. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into an exciting new world of possibilities. So if this path, it feels like some people are like reinventing a path that they've already been walking on. And like, there is like a point where they've hit and they're like, oh, like I just don't feel like I'm growing anymore. Whether it's in your career, whether it's in friendships, I just feel like life, but it does feel this is more career. It does feel like career for some people. And it's like lifting the lid of what you think the limit is to how much abundance you're allowed to have and feel. Like abundance isn't always like cash in the bank account. Like who looks more abundant here? Like who, like this is like the feeling of abundance and this is the look of abundance, if that makes sense. Well, not the look of abundance, but like this is more security. And it's like abundance doesn't just have to look like boring, if that makes sense. Like it can be fun. But it just feels like if someone has given up on something and you're thinking of, you know, taking another crack at it, but you're nervous that it won't work out, this is you will be successful. Surrender to success. You have surrender to effortlessness. So stop pushing so hard. The art of living means going with the flow rather than trying to force the river. I did think that kind of goes back to this mantra of the week that I'm working with, which is stop overthinking it and just do it. The reason I'm live today is because I decided to not overthink it and just do it. But it does feel like, you know, this success that you want, it's a lot more effortless than you think. I think in the past, there has been maybe issues with burnout. Maybe you did push too hard. Maybe you pushed yourself too hard. Maybe you grinded it out thinking that grinding it out was gonna be what equals or equates to success. You've learned now that that's not how that works. And you're finding a new way of making it work for you. We have surrender resentments. Holding on to your resentments only poisons you. I like that. There's that Buddha quote, isn't it, where it's like, when you have resentments for someone, it's like you drinking poison expecting the other to die. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. I want to feel if there's any additional messages to that. Surrender resentments. This doesn't feel like resentments towards people. It feels like resentments towards things not working out. Now that might translate into feeling resentment towards particular people. But holding on to those kind of resentments, it's literally you suffer. And it's like the situation is the situation. Like your resentment that you feel, it's not going to change what's happening. And it's not going to, it's like you're trying to like punish the people that have let you down, but all you're really doing is punishing yourself. This feels like, I don't know who this is hitting. I feel like I'm speaking to like I don't know if it's like a group or a singular person that's listening, but there's this energy of like increasing how much you like withdraw away from somebody or withdraw away, and it's like trying to like punish people because you're mad that it didn't work out for you, or something didn't work out for you, and you're like low-key have been kind of sabotaging or like, but I don't know how like aware of that people have been. But if you notice any resentments about, you know, things not working out last time or this time, or like, for example, holding on to resentments of like, you know, someone moving on or da-da-da-da-da, like, we need to let that shit go, because your path is your path. This is all advice for the Chariot. Your path is yours and it's yours alone. And if we can just kind of like understand where we're at now, we can like move better. We also have surrender to sleep and rest for this group. Yeah, because it does feel like this group, if they do start to do something, we need to avoid burnout. We need to avoid burnout. We'll take a break in a minute and before we get more into things. But this says to prevent burnout, slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. But more than that, yeah, it feels like yeah, okay, all right. So some people, it's like you can kind of get like hyped on like inspiration of like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I want to fucking do this, I want to do that, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Luna, was that for you? I'm gonna come over there and just bop you on the fucking head. I'm gonna bop you. Fuck's sake, come here and give me a hug. I love you so much. Lady Luna's gonna be co-streaming with me soon. We're dragging her ass back to Twitch. But we do, it's all about just not. I said it in public. So now we have to do it. But I think that the only thing is like last time we fucked up. We did not honor ourselves. We burnt ourselves out. So we need to honor that quiet time, but also let's just drop this shit. Success is way more effortless than you fucking think. Like, Luna, like this is so for you. Like, this one is so for you. Hi, Thurl. Yeah, enjoy. Thank you, Luna, for the 10 gift subs. I will be doing some like more readings after this if you want more depth. But yeah, it's there is such a need on Twitch, you know, for because this is hitting a lot of people in different ways, but it just feels like, yeah, that for you in particular, success is so. My wolf wanted to fuck off, and my heart says, I King of Cups that shit. I was like, I'm just gonna leave her to simmer down a little bit, you know? And it's like, ugh. But we're gonna pull more. We're gonna get more into things, but let's, whew. This hits me too, so bad. Cause you know, we all get drawn to the readers that we resonate the most with, and the reason you do is because they're probably having it like that. I'm getting called out too. Okay, I'm getting called out too. Just making sure we have this adequate rest though, you know, because it does feel like if we do get inspired to start again, let's not put all the fucking eggs in the basket and make the same mistakes as last time. Let's not overgive ourselves out. Don't like overdo it. And again, this is in relationships too. This is relationships, career. Like, this is in every area of life. It's like you overdid it and you got burned, or like you overgave. It could be, I feel like this is like in certain relationships too, it's like over expect, and it's like there's a lot of like dream emotional investment into what we do, and like it not paying off. And it's like there's this my throat's tightening up. Let me just make sure I say this right. It's like things that we want so bad. We want it so bad that we just like completely merge ourselves like with it. That like not only when it doesn't work out, it also feels like we lost a part of ourselves that we can't get back. And I feel like this reading is saying, like, during this month, we're realizing that, like, we can have it back. It's a reclaiming process that happens on the inside. And that we don't need to give up that part of our soul. Actually, in fact, like, it's sat there waiting to be reclaimed. Like, some of these dreams are actually sat waiting for you to just pick it back up again, because it's not actually fallen like as much as you think it has. And in fact, it actually feels like the reclaiming of this is going to be a lot more effortless and a lot more successful, like, than we think it's going to be. Yeah. Gonna let that sit for a sec. I'm just kind of, because it does feel like there's a lot of there's like a stillness. This will be like part 2 of the collective reading of what we need to know for Cancer season and July. What do we need to know for Cancer season and July? The first card's already come out, and this is saying start. You must start from where you are. Examine your situation and take a chance. We kind of already said this earlier, but we're gonna say it again. Like, Analyze where you are right now and accept it and start from here. You can't start from where you were in the past because we're not in the past now. We're here where we're here. We are where we are. We start from here. One baby step at a time. Analyze what resources you are. Examine your surroundings. Examine what you can do right now. And start. Ooh, okay. Yeah, we have a message about dreams. So this is about the dream, starting our dream. even if you have to take a little bit of a risk. I do think there's going to be a risk involved. I think people are picking up something that they had dropped once. And it feels like, oh, okay, what if this doesn't pay off again? What if it doesn't work out this time? Or what if this risk, you know, okay, what if I move country and then what if I don't like it? What if I start this new career, or if I start this, if I start learning something and I don't like it? Like, this is going to be worth the risk, because at the end of the day, you're evolved now. You're different now. You're going to grow from this. You've already grown from this. You already have learned the lessons that you need to learn to not fuck up this time. This is the weird thing about this vibe that I get, is that, like, we are picking... It feels like we're picking up an old dream. This doesn't feel new. This feels familiar. This path, it actually feels like it's something we have we've either familiarized ourselves with the idea of it in our mind, or we are familiar with, like, a version of this dream, but, like, we're redoing it from an evolved space. Okay, we'll pull this. Trust! The base card was indecision, by the way. The bottom card was indecision. So it does feel like, yeah, again, we're just like making like this big decision of like, should we do this thing or should we not do this thing? But trust that you are evolved enough now to trust that we are old enough and wise enough to not make the same mistakes. We are old enough and wise enough to not make the same mistakes. What other messages want to come out for the collective for July? What other messages want to come out for July? Confidence, manifestation, and recharge. Okay, and that's the base cards of that is analyze and courage. This makes me feel like analyzing things too much becomes an obstacle that actually disempowers you and makes you feel like you might not be able to do it. In order to manifest confidence, like, it feels like we need to stop analyzing, and actually it feels like the more you analyze, the more that you discourage yourself and, like, be like, okay, actually, there is too many obstacles. This is gonna be too much. Like, actually, I think we need to stop analyzing. You know what? I think you guys might like this. So it has confidence and manifestation. I have not been manifesting at all. I have been so shit at manifesting. I have not been in the manifestation game for a while, but I do think that it's really important to kind of get back into this. For our own mental health. I'm going to send you guys a link to the, I have a few vision boardy type, affirmations. So I'm going to link this in here for y'all to look at in your own time. Oh, that is not pasting. No! Hang on. Copy and paste. I am worthy of everything good in my life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, universe, for the blessings. I trust in divine timing. The universe has my back. I release all doubts and insecurities about myself. I am confident. I am a beautiful person. I love and appreciate myself. I am resilient and I can get through everything. I am an enormous money magnet. I am enough. I am smart. I attract positivity. I am confident. I attract opportunities of all kinds. I am kind. I am worthy of all things. I am deserving of a life of luxury. I earn tremendous amounts of money doing exactly what I love. I make a lot of money and I help a lot of people. These were ideas for like, this was my vision board for the kind of house I'd love to have when I'm older. I like green plants. Thank you, universe, for all of the money I am receiving. I am an authentic, joyful, beautiful woman. My income will double this month. The universal life force brings me new creative energy. My career is bursting with opportunities to express my creativity and my passion. Today is going to be a magnificent day. Generous people are entering my life and supporting my dreams. It is safe for me to accept large payments. That is a hard one for me. I do not easily accept money. I definitely do not, like, I struggle really hard accepting good things. I really do. I really fucking do. It's hard. Energetically, it is so hard. My body is like, I don't deserve this. I'm not good with this. It's so hard. I wish I want to get better with it. So I've started picking up this old affirmation page that I made. I made this page like 2 years ago. It's specific to large payments, but you can do it for like anything. But like I have a really hard time accepting large amounts of money for what I love doing. And for some of the things that I do, like I should be getting paid more for it, and I don't allow money into my life like that. I'm like, oh, you can give me little bits here and there, but no more than that. And then energetically people feel like, oh, I don't need to, you know, people respond to that energy subconsciously. And that'll happen in your life too. Like if you don't feel like, if you have the gate shut on allowing money into your life, like then this gate shut, so people just walk past it and they're like, oh, okay. You know, it reminds you of this thing where it's like how your energy creates your reality. It's like subconsciously how people interact with you. For example, if it's like if you believe that you're always being overlooked, then like that's how people start to interact with you on a very subconscious level. I am a millionaire for being me. I am improving my skills daily. I am wealthy. I am liked. I am a friend magnet. People appreciate my unique talents and abilities. I love being positive. I am full of life. Today is going to be an amazing day. Every day in every way, I'm growing more and more confident. Good things are going to happen. I am friendly, outgoing, and confident. I expect fantastic things. I am beautiful, successful, and confident. My inner beauty naturally radiates outwards. I am fit, healthy, and attractive. Other people find me fascinating and interesting. I am fortunate. I am complete. I am wonderful. I am radiant. I am joyous. I am delightful. My life is overflowing with joy and happiness. I radiate love and happiness. Today is going to be my best day yet. Every day I get better and better. I am always in the right place in the right time for me. My light shines through in everything I do today. My success is inevitable. And I think these pep talks to ourselves and getting ourselves on that energy, it's difficult. Every part of my body sometimes fights feeling like this. I'm used to being a mess. I'm comfortable, you know, scraping by. I'm comfortable. I'm not comfortable accepting success. I'm not comfortable with it at all. But at the same time, I know, like, I want certain things out of my life. So we have to, like, kind of calibrate. So yeah, I do think going back to the cards, practicing like confidence, like rather than over analyzing to the point where we discourage ourselves from our passions because there's too many obstacles. Let's manifest and refocus on manifesting our confidence and our confidence in our ability to do things. And maybe we start attracting different people into our lives. People who, like, I see people all the time just, like, having no issue just giving $200 to, like, a stranger. And it's like, you deserve that too, you know? You deserve these, like, good things. You deserve this effortless abundance. Just by being you, like, you deserve, like, good things. And it's rightfully yours just as much as it's rightfully these other people that you see being successful too. And as well, like, there is a need to recharge this confidence as well. Like, every day we need to recharge our confidence. When you feel like you've been knocked down or overlooked, as you start to manifest your confidence, you do need to recharge it as well. When the pace of life becomes too hectic, know to slow down, be mindful, and go with the flow. Trust. I feel like there's a trust here too, with, like, as you start to manifest your... Well, we already pulled out trust as well, so it can't come out twice. It's yeah, like, the way that we move in the world, the way that we carry our energy, and carry ourselves with that. If you are someone who has been hiding in the shadows, living with lack mentality, believing that you are not enough or that you're not good enough for abundance or for good things in your life, it's really interesting because it feels like there's, and this is I feel very much a part of this, where it's like there's people who have a lot of talents and skills and they want good things in their life, but they're also so kind that they will be happy with very little. And they're happy, like, they're just joyful, good people who, you know, they're happy enough to be okay with being overlooked. They're happy enough with accepting and living with the bare minimum. But at the same time, there's a deep part of your soul that wants more out of life. There's a deep part of you that wants to be big, that wants to be bold, that wants to change the world, that wants to do something different, and wants really great things for itself. It wants a house. It wants a car. It wants to be abundant. It wants to thrive. Because when you're thriving, you help the world so much more. And when, for example, you have all of your needs met, you have your bills paid, you have good food to eat, you have the, you know, you can drive, you are free. When all of that energy is flowing through your life more smoothly, you get to help the world even more, because then there's this confidence, there's this energy flow that's flowing through your life that you then get to pass on to other people. You deserve it. And it's not more than anyone, but it's just as much as anybody else. But the thing is, too, you will be able to elevate the whole freaking planet, every person that you touch, everyone that comes into contact with you. If you just allow the abundance in and you hold that standard in your energy, like, things will come through, and it's like, not only when you let yourself get lifted up, you lift everyone else up with you, because that's just the kind of fucking person that you are. That's just the kind of person that you are. When you succeed, you will bring up everyone around you. You bring up it reminded me of, like, a bathtub. Like, you're like when that bathtub rises, like, you let everyone be in the bath and the water rises up everybody. Like, you ain't trying to hoard shit for yourself. You ain't trying to, like, you know, be greedy. The thing is, when when you're not being given enough, then you have to do that. Then you have to harbor your resources. Then you have to get defensive. Then you have to, like, check who's giving back and who's not giving back. Then you have to, like, take account of what your ingoings and outgoings are energetically. But when you're in this, like, living in, like, allow your abundance to come through, like, you let yourself be lifted up, but then also you just give back tenfold and tenfold, and you attract people who are willing to give to you, who are willing to fill you up, who are willing to give something to you and something back to you, because you are living in your value, and then that just can't be hidden. This is what I feel from this. I just kind of went off and I ran. Okay, let's get into the rebel cards. To follow that message, what do we have? To follow that message, what do we have? So what follows that message? Oh my god, there's quite a lot. Oh, okay. That's a separate one. And that makes sense with that. Okay. All right. If I've just triggered anybody to start like popping off and set a boundary with somebody, don't do it. This isn't about you needing to confront or convince anybody of worth. Loads of cards have just popped out of like, whatever you're thinking about, don't do it. Put the fucking phone down and you think somebody is lying. I don't know if someone just got really inspiration from what we just said and is like, okay, I'm gonna text that person and be like, fuck you. I know my worth. Fuck you. You know what? Never fucking talk to me. Okay, like no, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Like, let's not start typing the job, like, quitting email, you know. Let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. Let this sit. Let this sit, and then, you know, let this sit first. Because the real message here is, you know, like, we can take our shot, but don't force it. Take our shot. Don't fucking force it. Allow shit to come to you. And then take a shot. It says don't take 12. Maybe take 1. Okay, maybe 2. And then move on. Because this is about we need to allow shit to come to us right now. Let's not don't take this anger energy and start trying to confront other people with it for our boundaries. Take that energy and put it back into your own fucking life. What the fuck do you want to do? What do you want? Claim it in your own life. Where like it's not about any other fucking person. It's not about that. It's about you. Because yeah, if you think someone's lying, if you think someone is like effing you over or like having you on or being a dick, like you need to, if you're thinking about cutting something out or cutting someone off, like you do need to like chill with that. It feels like a process of slowly distance yourself from the people that don't serve you, that aren't supportive of you, that don't, you know, I don't know. I'll just try to, it's like the people that aren't supportive of you, that don't, you know, that don't have your back. Hey, Jess! And it's slowly distance yourself from these like naysayers or like negative influences. You don't need to, if you take the energy and start engaging in with it, it's not helpful. It's not helpful. But as I said, if, you know, we take our shot for our own life and don't force it, you know? And I feel like we definitely shouldn't be confronting. I love the base card. It says, you are talented and fucking amazing. You are talented and amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. I like this deck. I like this deck. You are talented and amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use your voice for dumb shit. I like it. All right, what's the shadow energy that we're going to be dealing with? What's the shadow energy? What's the dark mirror? What is the shadow energy that we're working with throughout July? All right, this whole fated to suffer thing, you need to drop it. Like, you are not fated to suffer. You are not fated to suffer. Nobody is fated to suffer. Going back to the Chariot in the previous card pull, you know, take the reins of your life. You're not fated to suffer. In every moment, you get to choose. Now this was in reverse, and this is like, is this me? Is this really me? And it's in reverse, and it feels like we're blaming. If any shadow we are dealing with this month, we are blaming other people for our own shortcomings. We are blaming others for our suffering. And we think we are fated to suffer, and that is due to other people. And it does feel like there is a moment of like, no. Some of this is all you. Oh, I'm gonna just let it come. Some of this is you. So some of this has been you. And some of it will continue to be you. And it's... sometimes that's just how it is. Like, sometimes this is very much you and your issue. And it does feel like there's an energy sometimes where, like, when we're fated to suffer, we, like, kind of want to take the sword out and blame. But yeah, some of this has been you, and some of the destruction that is surrounding you, like, the one who's holding the sword is you. Some of the destruction has been caused by you. Some of the shit in your life has been caused by you. Some of the things that haven't worked out has been caused by you and has been your decisions. We're always interacting with the situations. So if somebody withdraws from you and avoids you, then like you get the choice of how you interact with that. You get to choose how you interact with that. The final shadow card is the Masquerade. And this makes me feel like masks and delusions and like dreamy avoidance. And it feels like finding reasons as to like finding reasons to like avoid and like, I don't know, it feels like a comfort in suffering. And like I see like, you know, where people in masquerade balls, like they have the mask and they dance and they like drink and they just try and like lose themselves in things. And I'm just gonna let the imagery come to me. Oh, this is interesting. It's like a concept of like your sadness might be masquerading as anger. It's like certain emotions of yours are like masquerading as other emotions. Whatever emotion you're feeling, you need to take the mask off of it and see what's underneath it. Because there's something more happening here that you're ready to like... I get the thing, you know, in Scooby-Doo where they like take the mask off of the person and then it's like, oh, the blue ghost. Oh my god, it was really Mr. Rogers all this time. And it feels like... yeah, it feels like this is, you know, we're whatever feeling we really have, we're actually, it's time to unmask that because actually it's something deeper underneath. For example, this doesn't just involve you. It's like how sometimes you might be subtly doing something to other people to like keep things a certain way. I just get a message of like disempowering yourself, disempowering other people. There's like a grief and a loss and a mourning of like life is fucking crazy. How life is out there is crazy right now. Like, fuck, man. It's insane. Like, we're literally going through a pandemic. Like, the governments are fucked. The banking systems are fucked. The housing market keeps rising. What are we gonna do for a career? What are we gonna do to make a living? How do we keep up with this? Hold on to the money. Let go of the money. Hold on to the money. Let go of the money. Do I go on this path? Do I go on that path? It's insane how much pressure is being put on us all. And we're just finding a way to do it. And it's like, there is a lot of emotion. Like, we needing to accept what is, but then use that as a way to empower ourselves. Because yes, the world is fucked right now. The world is fucked right now. And yes, we have certain emotional needs that aren't being met right now. And we have certain ideas and inspirations and how we want to do something in the world right now. And it feels like a lot of like coming to terms with things so that we can empower ourselves on the path that I feel like God wants us to walk, you know? Because yeah, it feels like everything's being moved into position, but also beneath the fear, there is enough to go around. Your needs will be met. You're not going to go hungry. You're not going to go homeless. You're not going to go without. Energy is energy. And like what you put out there will come back. It's like there's so much like scarcity. It's like scarcity. And you're just trying to like make sure you don't fuck yourself over so that you get a share. And it's like, yeah, it's so weird. It's like we're caught between two realities. We're caught between like two realities of like fear and making sure like things can work out, and empowering ourselves to take a risk and like follow our heart's path. Scooby-Doo taught us that the true monsters were people we already knew. I feel that. Ooh. The base card of the Shadow Dark Mirror deck was Forgetting Oneself. So I do feel like July, this is good. This is a big month for a lot of us, of remembering who we are, what we love, what we believe in, what we really want to do, how we really want to go about things, how we really want to move, you know?
And then underneath it, it's hiding your true self.
We have been hiding who we really are for so long, we forgot ourselves. And you're reuniting with who you really are, regardless of these outside circumstances. Oof.